Hey entrepreneurs, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm speaking about one of my clients who has basically managed to be doing over 10K a month in her online business and how I managed to coach her to that point in her business. So just for some of you who may not know, part of my job is a digital marketing consultant. So I sit down with entrepreneurs and businesses who want to be able to increase their leads, their traffic, their sales to their website, and I help them in order to do that. And I want to break down some of the things that she did right to hopefully help you and aid you with growing your online business as well. So the very first thing that she did was pick a platform that was easy for her to understand. So this is a huge mistake that I see people making. I often get asked the question, what's the best platform? Is it Squarespace? Is it WordPress? Is it Shopify? Now, in my opinion, the two best platforms out there for e-commerce is probably Shopify and WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is run on WordPress, and those are the two really good platforms that I think are the best. However, they might not be the best platforms for you specifically. So my client doesn't use either of these platforms. In fact, I have clients who do over 10K a month in their business and they use Squarespace or Wix or another platform that some of you guys may not have even heard of before. And to be 100% honest, you don't even need a website to start generating sales with your business. You can create simple landing pages. I speak often on this channel about lead pages. Now, I personally use lead pages, and I'll leave a link to lead pages in the description down below. I've also done videos on how you can use lead pages as well, so make sure you go and check those videos out. But you can just create simple landing pages to drive new leads and new sales to your business without even the need of a website. And I see entrepreneurs stressing all of the time about getting their website perfect and not launching until their website is perfect, when really and truly all they need is a landing page. Start generating leads, start emailing those leads, and once you have that in place, you can start seeing sales coming into your online business. But you want to pick a platform that you find easy. A lot of the times when I'm sitting down with entrepreneurs and coaching them, they're stuck because they just can't figure out how to use WordPress, or they just can't figure out how to use Shopify or whatever platform it is that they're using. Or maybe the platform that they've started off with is just too expensive and they're really struggling to pay the monthly fee. So I always recommend go with a platform that you are familiar with. There's trials out there that you can use. Squarespace have a trial, Wix have a trial, Shopify even have a trial. You should be trying all of these out and seeing which one works best for you. So when you do need to make changes, or you need to create a landing page, or you need to upload a product, or you need to send an email, whatever it is you need to do, you want to make sure that you're familiar with your platform and you can do it effectively and quickly. And for some of you, you might be hiring a web developer to create your website for you. That's all well and good. That's fantastic. But you want to make sure that you can actually work that website once that person has finished creating it. I see this often as well. You know, I have clients who have paid money to get someone to make them a really nice looking WordPress website, but 3-4 months down the line, they can't afford to get that person to come back and make changes and make edits. If you're going to get someone to create your website for you, then at least be prepared to learn how to operate your website as well. This is not something that you can just outsource, because it's something that you should know in-house. And I get asked all the time, Sam, can you just take over the marketing for my business? And I'm like, that's great, that's fine, I can do that. But what if I decide that I can no longer do this, or this is not a service I want to perform anymore? All of your sales go to zero because you have no understanding how your website works and how your marketing works. You really need to understand this stuff so that you can be at the forefront of driving leads and sales to your business. Now, the second thing that my client did really well was consistently making content. Now, I've seen this work for so many of my clients and so many of my subscribers as well, who don't necessarily have a budget for paid traffic yet. And even if you do have a budget to do paid traffic, whether that be Facebook or YouTube or Google ads, I still highly recommend creating content consistently. And when I say consistently, you want to be making as much content as possible on your chosen platform. If you've read the formula, as you can see, there's a copy next to me. I'll also leave a copy in the description down below. The formula is absolutely free. I speak about the pillars and the fundamentals of creating quality content, and you want to choose a platform. So wherever you believe your target customers are, whether that be Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever platform you believe your target customers are and you feel you can create great content, you want to be creating as much quality content as possible, and this will attract your target customers and give you an audience that you can promote and sell to. So if you're someone who's struggling right now in terms of driving sales, you don't need a ton of traffic to your website. And that's another mistake I see a lot of people making, is they're focused on how do I just drive loads of people to my website. It's not about driving loads of people, it's about driving the right type of people. And when you're building an audience on social media as per your content, then these people are more likely to trust you. They know you, they like you, and they're more likely to do business with you. So when they come to your website, they are even more likely to part with their cash or leave their name and email address and become a lead on your database. Now, the third thing that my client did extremely well was building her email list. This kind of builds into your social media following as well, because when you start creating great content, you want to be funneling people to your website to hopefully download a free giveaway as your lead magnet. Or if you're an e-commerce business, you might be offering 10% off of your product so people join your mailing list. Or you might just make sure that you connect your email marketing software to your payment gateway so that when people buy on your website, they are also on your database. It doesn't really matter how you're getting people from your website to your email list. I speak about loads of different ways again in the formula, but however you're doing it, you just want to make sure that you're consistently building your email list, because that's going to be the backbone for you driving sales to your business. And you also want to make sure that you're actively emailing the prospects on your email list often. And this is a big mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs making, is they're building an email list, which is great, but they haven't emailed their list in 4, 5, 6 months, or they're not consistent with it. Set yourself a schedule and make sure you're contacting the people who are on your database. If someone signs up today and you don't send an email for 4 months, by the time they receive an email from you, they've already forgotten who you are, and they might just end up deleting that email or reporting it as spam because they've forgotten who you are and they think that it's unsolicited. And also, if you are creating monthly offers, so maybe this month you're offering 10% off of a specific catalog of products on your website, or maybe next month you're offering something for Christmas sales or January sales. If you have some sort of incentive, then that creates urgency for people to take action on your emails and to buy now. Now, the fourth thing that my client did really well was paid marketing. Now, paid marketing is essential, but all of these tips kind of feed into each other, because if you're building an audience on social media, particularly on platforms like YouTube and Instagram, you can actually use your audience as a targeting option when you are creating your paid ad campaigns. I'll go into that in more detail in the DeyTips members area in some of my courses. I'll leave a link to the DeyTips members area in the descriptions, just in case you're not a member already. Make sure you sign up. But to cut a long story short, if you have a following on social media and you use that audience as a targeting option when you're creating your ads, these are people who know you, these are people who have seen you before. In other words, this is known as warm traffic in marketing, and these people are a lot more likely to take action on your ads and to buy your products. And this is exactly what my clients do, and the clients who do this are the clients who tend to be doing 3, 5 to 10K a month in their business, who are retargeting their existing audience with online ads. And you can do the same thing with your email list as well. I've spoken about this in previous videos. You can upload your email list to certain platforms like Facebook and Google and YouTube and use that as a warm audience. So people might be following you or they might be on your email list, but they haven't made the decision yet to become a customer of yours. And if you send them retargeting ads, then they might be more likely to make that purchase. And as well as this, you can also use your existing audience and email list as a lookalike audience as well. So basically, these platforms will take your list and create another list of people who are similar to the people on your list or the people who are following you on social media, and you can market to that cold traffic that is a targeted audience as well. So don't worry again if a lot of this is going over your head. Make sure you read the formula, make sure you take some courses in the DeyTips members area, and this will all become a little bit more clearer to you. So the fifth thing that my client did extremely well was choosing a niche. So she had a defined niche and she knew exactly what her audience wanted to see. There's no point in having a vague website and trying to appeal to everybody, because if you try to appeal to everybody, you'll end up not appealing to anyone. So really figure out who it is you're serving, who is your niche, who is your demographic, who are you targeting with your products, your services, and the content that you're putting out. And if you can get really granular with that, you need to be obsessed with your target customer, because I say it all the time, the better you know your customer, the easier it is for you to sell to them. So you need to figure out what type of content will bring them entertainment, education, or inspiration, and you need to be creating that content on your chosen social media platform as often as possible, and that will attract them to follow you. You also need to think about what will give them value in the form of a lead magnet. Whatever will give them value, what are their pain points? If you create something around that and give it away for free, then that is going to translate really well, and your followers will turn into leads on your website. And you also want to think about how can you create ad campaigns that really appeal to your target demographic. What are the things that are keeping them up at night? What are the things that they're really thinking about that will make them sleep easier if you can answer those questions in your advert? And my sixth and final thing that I saw my client do extremely well was figuring out a diversity strategy for her traffic. Now, I often get emails or questions about, someone's ad account getting suspended, or, their reach on social media is not as big as it used to be. And this is a common problem with people who are not diversifying their traffic. You can't just rely on one traffic source. Now, I do preach focusing on one traffic source. If you're going to focus on YouTube as your free traffic source and Google ads as your paid traffic source, then I do recommend focusing on that initially. But once that's starting to drive good results for you, you then want to start diversifying and learning Facebook ads or posting on Instagram more and seeing if you can build audiences in different places, just in case anything happens to the other traffic sources. You know that the business is not grounded to a halt, but you've got other ways to actually drive traffic, leads, and sales to your business. So make sure you're diversifying your traffic, diversifying where your sales are coming from, and so you're not left stuck if anything happens. But if you haven't already, I highly recommend downloading the formula and actually reading it. There's so many people who have downloaded the formula who haven't gone through it yet. And it's not a long read at all, but it will give you some really great insight into what you can do to really grow your business, some marketing concepts that you might not even know about yet. And also, make sure you become a DeyTips member. Details for that is going to be in the description as well. So make sure you check that out, become a member, and learn some stuff that will help you to market and push your business out there even more. So hopefully in one of these videos, I'm analyzing what you have done in your business to grow to 10K plus per month. But I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it brought you value. And if it did, then please click the like button down below and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other great videos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content. Have a great day. Make sure you download the formula, and I will see you soon.